welcome, welcome. Let's see how to share. Dun, 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 dun. Как сделать стрим? Maybe like this. So let's start. Just a second. So, welcome on the Noobs channel. What we are going to do today is like, I'm not sure is the sound correct. Do you hear me well? But I believe it's okay. So just take a couple of minutes to share this stream on my socials media, including the LinkedIn, where you need to have like nice picture, photo of you. Hope this one is good. Huh? What you think, project manager? So what we are going to do today is some virtualizations on the GNU Linux systems. So now you see in this directory that I created it as dedicated partition just for these operations with the hypervisor. This is our little hypervisor. In one of these lessons, I will teach you how to set up this from scratch, but it's pretty much simple. It's an official Fedora documentation on how to, set up this stuff from scratch. I already have one machine up and running here, as you can see, but we will do this from scratch. The installation of virtual machine can be done like this. We click new one, okay? And in our case, in my case, I have this, you see this ISO installation for the server. So I will go with local install media, and then I will choose this. It's here, the virtual machine servers partition, remember, from here, yeah, this one. Here it is in my hypervisor, and I will choose this volume. Okay, so it's automatically recognized that's Fedora Linux 38 is in question. Let's leave it like this, it's more than enough. And let's create like the disk, but before we go there, we need to specify like project. For example, my friends, you have some customer that wish to, use your services, and this customer, let's say, need to be exposed on the internet on some top level domain. He has to expose some of his services such as email, web server, database, whatever. So any good project will start with good project name. So we will say good project name, and the TLD, which can be .com, .net, .org, .io, .ai, whatever, literally today, but in purpose for this education, we will use it like local one, which is not exposed on the internet, but only in our local network. Okay, so good project name .loc. This is important to specify project name before you lead into any coding. So project name, good project name. Okay, so let's create the custom storage, the disk drive for this virtual machine by clicking plus here, and then say good project name local. Allocate entire volume now. Choose this volume and proceed further. Now let's call this good project name local. Okay, so network selection should stay default on this NAT, and creating virtual machine it's done. And let's install Fedora. I hope that you like choice of the background music, because I can switch to Surah anytime. And here you see how this machine using this CPU or who's there? let's finish this installation. So selection of the language. And then you see these user settings. I never set root account passwords or nothing like that, because later on you will wish to create passwordless infrastructure, right? So let's just create the user. In our case, the noob is the user, and let's specify some password. It's done. Okay, and here we define the network, which the host name is really important to set. You know, some people don't care, but I'm trying to teach you by RFC what is important, my friend. So good project name dot lock, right? And that's the host name. Done. And now what is left is to do this most important part of any Linux installation. And we will leave it like this. I don't wish to go and complicate about the creating partitions, boot partition, root partition. We'll just leave it like this, for example. In this case, so begin installation, and let's wait a little bit. Now people asking, hey Anas, why are you having your mask on? Because simple as this, I don't like to have pictures of me anywhere, you know. I don't like this idea that there is pictures of me. Simple as this. And this one that I have, mask, it's a really nice one. It represents my philosophy and my, you know, statement in this dunya that we have today. Because, my friend, hard times are going on, and hard times will be even more harder. That is why all of us has to prepare with the knowledge. So when this installation is done, it's slow because my internet is bad, you know, and we go with the smallest network image that now downloading these packages that are required for an operating system. So it's currently downloading. The internet is slow because my ISP also don't know anything about nothing, just like me. So until this done, we can specify here what we are going to do, how our stack is going to be defined. So this good project name .lock need to has his web server, Nginx in our case, okay. Will be PHP. Oh, this guy, you don't have a car. You popping up in my stream, man. I shall reduce this. Just give me a sec. Shall be done. The database will be like MySQL. Actually, it's MariaDB. You know, because these Oracle guys, Oracle, they put their hands on this like MySQL terminology, like it's proprietary, its own property. So there you go. Now you have your little property, and we are in this new branch, a relatively new branch. that is free software. I'm doing only explicitly the free software. I never use proprietary bullshit. Apple, Microsoft, any of these guys. Never ever in my life. I mean, I know how to use them. I can use them if I must, if customer requires me to configure some Windows machine. I can do that. These machines can stay up for a long time, because I care about security. But if I am the architect on the project, then there is no any proprietary software whatsoever. Everything is clean code done by me and sometimes my little team. Uh, and depending on the size of the projects and what's not. So we defined our stack, how they call it. Nowadays, you have a lot of this terminology that is used in those meetings. So when they say these words, like, uh, they got some importance on their profile, like they have something smart to say, even they don't know how these things operate at first place. But, you know, they're doing just their part of the jobs, like they need to organize the developers to deliver whatever is required. And that's it. That's how things operate, how lives go. Uh, I'm just hoping that everything's well with the sound. Uh, this installation will take a while. So since we defined our stack, let's say a couple words about all of these. This is like reverse proxy server, the PHP, that programming language. Yeah, it's dead. PHP is dead, but somehow, it's dead. Everybody telling me you should not teach or anything with PHP. It's dead. But somehow, everything it's on PHP pretty much. It's still underplaced by your little Golang or R or Rust. The Rust. Oh my God. That is just like when they introduced the systemd. I will teach you how to install GNU without systemd as well. If there is some interest, just put the comments, subscribe, like, share. What those guys telling you all the time when they doing this shit. Yeah. So you see, I have no other space than my living, actually sleeping room. uh, so yeah. Uh, oh look, internet. It's not actually that bad. The downloading of packages is pretty much done. Yeah. The MariaDB. Huh? You see, it's done. So let's go and reboot the system. That's it, my friend. Whoops. Don't touch that, Ennis. Look at this. It's booting. Huh? Okay. Now we have the IP address. Okay. But since the IP address is there, now we can append on our little machine the host this address in order to be able to reach it in our local network. Okay, so see, and here we will append okay, and it will be the good project name dot local. Okay, seems good. Project name dot local. Yeah, and now we can sh noob was the user that we created because I'm just noob. And at noob, at this sign, you see, it's really important in the IT. That is why I have this big one, like shining one. It can serve as weapon as well. Just joking. Okay, so let's continue. You see, you always have a user at some machine, and our machine name is how we specified, good project name dot local, right? This should be enough. If you execute enter, yeah. First time touching this machine, so it will show you his fingerprints of SSH identity. And do you accept this identity? Do you trust this identity? Well, since I created it a couple of minutes ago, yes, I trust it, so I will type yes. And now this identity is stored in our local host, in our local machine, from where we're connecting to, in our known hosts. Now let's type the password. Yep, we're in, as you can see. Let's close this console. Okay. So what I usually do when I do this stuff in order to later in the future with the project to be much easier to operate, I do a couple of these things like customizing this, prompt, this output, so you are pretty much sure where you got connected to. In this order, I usually added this file on Fedora-based operating systems, such as Red Hat, these guys over there. Yeah. And now, here we find this line. This one. And we just replace this little letter H with the big letter H, because big letter H will actually type the fully qualified hostname in your prompt instead of just hostname with the small letter, just hostname. Big letter, fully qualified domain name. Okay, so, and now in order to, see, previously we had prompt looking like this. Since we changed to big letter H, now we have fully qualified domain name of this machine. Okay, once when this is done, then we do this. We update our little machine. Also, if you're going to deliver an environment that you are going to share with other people like developers, QA, users, production, then you need to make sure that your machines are always, I mean always, updated on the latest available packages. And you will achieve this by enabling your system to do auto updates, let's say every night at 2 a.m. And then if there is like kernel change, you have to reboot the machine, right? But my friend, there is little things that you can do to avoid this rebooting, stuff like kernel modules, tools to allow you to load the kernel, load the new one, unload the previously used one. Without the rebooting machine, you point all your services to this new kernel and no downtime, no reboot, no restart. That is how I operate since 97, and that is how I do. Simple as this. I don't know that many of these recruiters, business guys, managers, blah blah blah. They don't like me, man. You know why? Because I'm like needle in their eye. Like, because I go in, they accept me in some team, like let's say 50 plus people, and they wish to get me on this project or hire me. And then even before we start to discuss, I'm just asking, hey guys, look at this, like, I don't know, dig minus type, txt, dmark, you know, and then I specify there, like, you see, uh-huh, we have this record in my example, you know, and all of this will get in my mailbox, you know, simple question, okay? And there is company, trust me, many of these companies, their domains don't have this DMARC record, and then it's where all fun begins. And you know, and then I just ask, hey guys, why you don't have this? You know, now everyone is available to send emails in your name. You know, you should fix this. You should simply just create this DMARC record in the DNS. It's like 10 seconds of work. But no, my friend, no. Instead of that, they will accuse you. They will tell, like, oh, this is the terrorist. Look at him. He's bragging about with his mask on. Blah, blah, yada, yada. You know? So I'm the problem one, and there are the project managers, business owners, decision makers. Look at you guys, you know? It's funny to look at you. But anyway, I teach my pupils to deliver safe infrastructure that is, you know, highly available and that nobody cannot turn it off. You know, you wish example? I'll give you one example, my friend. You see, I didn't talk to Marty in a while. Oh, free Marty? No, it's free martygg.com. Oh my God, Ennis. Look at this website. Their project managers and other business guys. Do you know who is this guy and why he was sentenced to prison? Just because he was speaking the truth, you know? Just because of that. And then they're trying to shut it down, but they have one little problem. This website is hosted here. In next episode, I will show you the logs where you can see all of these guys that I'm following on Instagram, for example. Oh, no, on this LinkedIn. I don't have Instagram, I don't use it, but this LinkedIn professional like network. Oh yeah, so I follow these guys. Their organizations, you know, that I found their IP addresses in the error log of this website of my friend Martin Gottsfeld. You know, how is this? Why these guys trying to hack on this website? This is too much for LinkedIn, too much for business guys. You know, guys, I don't need you. Never ever in my life. I never ever needed you. Any of you. It was quite opposite. As far as I remember, since I was child, you know, it was always, hey Anas, please, can you help us? Can you do this? Can you do that? You know, always. That's for sure. So I hope this live stream goes well and that you can hear me, or it will look ridiculous. And then let's talk a little bit about friends. What's up, friends? Yeah. Please, friends, put any comments down below. Subscribe and share if you dare. Oh, where is your latest dose? Did you get your first, second, third one, fourth? Oh, don't talk about this. It's on the LinkedIn. Don't discuss these topics. You will never get hired. I don't need your jobs, man. I have my own for many, many decades now. It's pretty much up and running with 100% of uptime, just like this customer slash friend of mine slash brother of mine. You know, he exposed the pedophiles, you know, in the hospitals, in Boston Children's Hospital in the United States. And just because he exposed them, he got into prison. And you know, don't talk about this, Anis. Don't talk about this. Would you like to see error logs of this site and the IP addresses that's trying to like slash administrator slash VP login slash this and that? Yeah. How it's going, NSA? You know, my mom, when she calls my name, it goes like NSA. What's up, guys? FBI? How's going on? The site is up and running for years, and all of you guys failed. I will show your IPs in the next episode. I posted this all over the place. When was actual, this is just one example of how I roll, you know. I'm a serious guy with serious business. uh, so let's continue with the education part. We need to like, yeah. You see, is this done? Let's check. It's updated. Yeah, nothing to do. We need to install the Nginx. Let's check this IP address of ours, or let's type it here like HTTP and what we said, good project name dot local. You see, there is nada because we didn't started the web server. We actually did not even install one. So let's do that real quick, and as long as we keep minimalistic approach, it should be good. You know, I will not go into how to customize Nginx to fit your little weirdo way of doing Nginx is this, or Git, you should do like this, and no branch that, and blah blah, multi-branch, single. You know, that's also just opinions on how you guys wish to operate your little empire, depending on what you're building. So let's do this. Let's install the Nginx on this machine. Like good project name should need to have some Nginx. So, and we will append -yes because I don't like to type yes, yes, yes on every question, keys, packages. Now, we should enable now, because enable now will enable the service and start it immediately. See, it's done, and now we check. It's running. Now we can check, like, keep this always on top, and we can check this, but without S, you know. No S, my friend. Oh, what's happening? We installed it, it's running, but no, my friend, you have to do something like this. So we're adding permanently the firewall for HTTP protocol. And then we will add one for HTTPS as well. And then we will sorry. Now let's now try to get to our little website. Wow, look at it. It's working. This is test page. From where is this test page? How is this generated? Where is it? What kind of server serving this now? Let me show you. Yeah, the friends. Like, Hennes, what the fuck is Docker? What's container, my friend? So let's review this real quick. We have this, as always in GNU Linux world, you have this etc directory, and when you install something, it's probably etc this something, and this something probably will have this like something.config. Okay, so I'm going to review this file, but I will put like pipe more because I don't wish to go to the bottom. I would like to keep it on the top. So you see, the user that running the Nginx is called Nginx. The number of worker processes that can process the requests of the Nginx is specified on automatically to be decided basically on your limits. Error log, the notifications are here on level of a server for sure. This is the PID of it, should be there. And this is dynamic modules. For example, sometimes you need some modules to serve on a web server, so you will place them here. Your configurations for these modules goes here. And then you see we have these events, the worker connection number, how many workers can be spanned per one of these processes, and stuff like that. So the log format will contain this remote address, the user, the local timestamp, the type of the request, the status, the body, the number of bytes that was sent in these requests, and what kind of agent and who was referral, and is it forwarded or not. The access log will be stored here. The type of the logs will be main. If we don't have this, then our server will not be able to serve any files that's going to be requested. This is one like parameter. They keep it by default in this type of distributions because some guys can misuse your server if you don't have this on to keep alive as well. And the capacity of your hash size. Now when we're talking about hashes here, important thing to know is that those hashes, man, you need to take care about those files and don't never ever expose them anywhere. Keep it even on a separated system and just get them when you need them. This is the MIME types. Any developer know what is it? No? And the octet stream. And now we have this basic, this was about the protocol, HTTP, and inside of this protocol that we just commented all of these lines. Now we have this server for this HTTP protocol that is listening on the port 80. Yeah, and what I usually do, I comment out this IPv6 if I don't use IPv6. Here we specify the server name, and here is the root of currently this blue web page that you see behind that is served on this good project name.local. Yeah? Here is the web root, here is the files. Here you can have these additional default configurations for the default server. Any file that ending by the conf will be parsed, as you can see, because it's included here. And where to look for your error pages. You create these templates, and that's it. And down below is just a section for, specifying all this truth SSL and to encrypt it with the certificates. We will do this as well, but that's it. And now let's try to, create our very first own server, because currently if we type, we got here to this default test page, and we will like to have our own project. And what we said, where is the root? Somewhere here. So let's like Makadir. Okay. Permission denied for sure. You have to sudo. Now it's created. And you see you can come here. And let's just, oh, sorry. Okay. Whoops. Whoa. My friend, sudo. Okay. Now, since this is done, we have this file, but our like Nginx he has no idea about all of this, my friend, that you wish to create this and that you have this and any of that. So how to tell him, hey, look, Nginx, I have this served files here and I need you to parse them out when somebody calling up this domain, the code project name, you know. So how to do this? Let's review a little bit our structure here, you know. So it's really easy. You see, there is nothing in configuration directory and there is nothing in the default D directory. But once when we install the PHP, you will see some files there, because now in latest versions of the Fedora operating system, they decided to go on this way. When you install PHP, it's going to be upstreamed to your Nginx server. And then all you have to do is just use those, you know, just use those parameters in your configurations of a server. How to install PHP? I will teach you how to do this, but let's first finish with the, you know, with the Nginx pointing to the simple HTML file. Okay, so um, let's do this like we are currently here. Let's go in configuration D directory and let's specify like sudo touch good project name dot log dot conf. Okay, and then we sudo I, and then we just know how to specify the server for this. So it's server, right? And then we tell to him that he has to listen, you know, and the port should be 80, and then server name is going to be like, let's say server 01 dot good project name dot log. Actually, let's go like this. Yeah. And then we will serve this location. So you'll say location here shall be for the root. It is in user share Nginx. But we said good project .log, right? We will check that, and then we have to specify the index that is going to be parsed by default whenever someone navigate here. So index will be, yeah, and that's pretty much it. But I have one error here. Yeah, should be like this. Now we should be good. Unexpected on line 8. How you mean it's unexpected? Oh, because I didn't finish the sentence properly, you see this. Now it's okay. If we specify the dir correctly, let me check. Yeah, I believe that we did. So this time should be oh, are we enable this? Huh, interestingly enough. Conf. File is called conf, which is nice. Let's do it like this. Wait, we have to like start new. Just to check something. Huh. problem with this. You see, this is the one of these situations where you know, missing one little thing, and that's happening when you're doing everything from top of your head. But no problem. Let's do this to empty these logs. And now, did we have this request at all? Come on. Something fishy. Oh, it's probably my network. Let me close this browser at all and reopen new one. Yeah, that was the issue with the cache in the browser. Cache in the browser. Yeah, so this is the index file, blah blah blah. So practically you just need to restart your browser. So sorry. And you know, that will be enough for the first live stream, huh? What we did like configuration of the Nginx server, you know, and here we have some, yeah, the favorite icon. It's always required to have. That will be doing next step in one of next videos. But as you can see, we just configured the additional directory conf d with this configuration, and everything was right and well from my side. But the thing is that browser had in his cache, regardless if you do clear cache or control and F5 function button, it will not help. You have to close an open browser and then it will operate. For sure once when you restart an Nginx server. So as you can see, we defined the server name, his root location. Usually on the production systems, I go and place it here in this directory server because it's how I do. And then you have to tell to SA Linux that there is the stuff in this directory that need to be served publicly via network through the firewall, because we have one thing here that is contributed by NSA guys, you know, and it's called SA Linux. See, there is good things that we both can benefit, the citizens and the government, if we operate together. Here is the proof, the SA Linux. Really nice tool. It's developed by NSA. But there is many other attempts, like 2 years ago when I attempted to distribute some stuff, I believe was University of Maryland, correct me if I'm wrong, but you know, these guys contributed a couple of lines into version of FreeBSD 1.3.0, I believe, not sure, maybe even 11, FreeBSD 11. Yeah, when they attempted, they was like thinking nobody will watch this, you know, there is like no QA on the FreeBSD, and actually they got they released, but this got cleaned up like 2 days after that. So next time better luck, and you see it's much better when you do openly and then we have nice things like SL Linux. This should be enough for today. Everybody will tell me again that I'm crazy, why you doing this, blah blah, yada yada. As usual, my friend, I don't care about your opinions. Much love, and talk with you later.